I was in the earthquake in Kathmandu in 2015, and it was the scariest thing that ever happened to me in my life. I've been going there for 30 years, and I would often wake up in the middle of the night with a nightmare thinking, oh, there's going to be an earthquake. I think I felt it. And there's so many tall brick buildings there. And one of the jokes I tell about buildings in Kathmandu is they make these brick buildings and they put less cement between the bricks than you would put peanut butter on a peanut butter sandwich. One night I was partying with a friend, a Sherpa friend, and we were drinking the local moonshine, and we drank a lot of moonshine, and we were up half the night. And then at about 11:30 in the morning, the earthquake struck, and I was still asleep, but I was knocked out of the bed against the wall, and suddenly the whole building was moving back and forth like it was on a swing. And I was just so freaked out and was like, oh my God, this is the big one. I'm going to be crushed and like pancaked between these cement floors. Also, I could hear all this glass smashing and metal kind of twisting and people screaming. And finally it stopped, and I ran down the marble staircase out into the street, and everybody was just so freaked out, and everything was completely closed. And that's when you realize, as a traveler in a foreign country, if there's a natural disaster, you're totally screwed. I have a lot of friends there, but I couldn't contact anybody. There was no electricity. There was no mobile phones weren't working. There's no internet. There's no newspapers. And so I didn't eat for 3 days, and I thought I just couldn't. I was so freaked out that I was in shock. I was sleeping outside with these packs of stray dogs, and it's also a spot where people feed pigeons. And there's thousands of pigeons there, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to stay in my blanket. And sleeping on the hard brick ground, every 15 minutes it would be moving and shaking, and I was like, is that me shaking or is that the ground shaking? And then finally, after about a week of that, some restaurants opened to feed the travelers and everything. Finally, one of my best friends, he and I have the same birthday, and he came on his motorcycle, which was amazing because there also was no petrol being sold in the gas stations. And he came to check up on me, and I said, yeah, I have a ticket to get out of here, in a week, but I don't know what's happening. Can you take me to the airport to check? So we went to the airport, and it was a total post-apocalyptic scene, and all these people screaming and pushing and running around. And so I found out eventually, we spent all day there, and eventually found out that my flight was canceled. So my friend says, well, hop on my bike. We'll go to where I know where there's these travel agents, this one area of Kathmandu. So we went there, and there's no electricity or anything. And I thought, well, I don't know if I'm going to find a ticket. I might just be stuck here for months. We found one travel agent with these two guys sitting there very straight, and they had a little laptop in front of them, and their door was open. So we went in and said, is it possible to buy a ticket to India, for me to get my flight back to the USA? And the guy said, yes, but give me your credit card and your passport right away, because my computer's going to go dead. The battery's going to go dead any second. So I give them to him, and he's tapping away, and he says, write this number down right away. So I write the number down, and his battery went dead on the laptop. And he was like, take that number to the airline office, and you have a ticket back at, about 7 days after the earthquake. That was like the heaviest thing that's really happened in my life. And now I think 2 years later, oh, well, I should enjoy every moment of life, because I could have died, and what else to do but enjoy life.